F1 News: Niki Lauda makes Sebastian Vettel claim about Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton won his fifth world title this year after comfortably seeing off the challenge of Vettel. However, Mercedes had to complete the second half of the season without Lauda in their pits after he fell seriously ill. The Austrian legend required a lung transplant and has since undergone long, intensive rehabilitation. The 69-year-old has returned home in time for Christmas, and in one of his first interviews since returning to full health, he spoke extremely highly of Ferrari ace Vettel, who sent him a touching letter. The letter, written by Sebastian, in his own hand, was a great pleasure for me, full of fine words and affectionate considerations, Lauda told La Gazzetta dello Sport. I didn't expect it. Usually drivers don't do these things, they just drive. But he's a good person. He has had moments of discouragement, we know. But it would be absurd to question him. He will recover. A champion will not forget how to drive. He'll come back strong as ever, and he'll still be Hamilton's rival in 2019. Lauda was frustrated not being present as Hamilton lifted his latest Drivers' Championship, which takes him 2 titles behind the great Michael Schumacher's record. But he was still able to keep up with the team through various ways. I didn't miss a single Grand Prix, even though I was in the company of so many, he added. Watched all the races, called the pits on the weekends, and they always told me what was going on. It was like being on the edge of the track with the others. I have to say that I, once again, discovered the warmth of the people I've been working with for years. Lauda also revealed how tough his recovery process was. I knew it would be hard, very hard, he said. In such conditions I could only do one thing: fight. I did it for every moment. I'm still doing it. Being within my own 4 walls is something else. The air here is cleaner, the climate is not as bad as in Austria. In a month, they told me, I should be fully fit and ready to start again. I'll follow the Grand Prix as before. Why not? Next news: Sainz really hurt by bittersweet year. Carlos Sainz has reflected on the bittersweet year with Renault, where he feels his points total does not do him justice. The Spaniard snuck into the top 10 of the World Championship by finishing P6 at the season finale in Abu Dhabi. But Sainz suffered a couple of costly retirements from lofty positions which prevented him from climbing up the standings. You can imagine the long process and what you need to do as a driver to extract the maximum out of the car, what you need to do as a driver talking to the team about what you need, but what also the team can do for you to make that happen, said Sainz via Autosport. I think we achieved it. It's just something that really hurts, that the races that we were about to get a lot of points and show that we were doing it very well, like Mexico or Paul Ricard, where we were leading the midfield clearly, we just didn't get the reward. It has been a bittersweet year in that way. Sainz has also picked out his best race weekend of the whole 2018 season. Probably my best whole race weekend was Suzuka, said Sainz. I got a point. I feel that weekend I extracted everything there was from the car. I overtook 4 or 5 people in the race. It was a difficult weekend for the team, but I still managed to bring home 1 point. That's why I say in the midfield you need to be lucky to get a lot of points. The day you perform at the highest level you need your car to be best of the rest. Sometimes this year one performed my best level but the car wasn't P7, so I didn't get that many points, or I was at my best level and my car was P7, but the car did not finish. You need that kind of luck and balance to achieve a lot of points in the midfield. Next news: Antonio Giovinazzi, Trying to emulate Charles Leclerc would be wrong. Antonio Giovinazzi says trying to emulate Charles Leclerc's achievements with Sauber would be the wrong approach to take when he steps up to Formula One full-time in 2019. Giovinazzi will join the Formula One grid, having spent the last 2 years carrying out simulator work, test days and practice runs for Ferrari, Haas and Sauber. He also participated in the opening 2 races of 2017 for the Swiss team as a late replacement for Pascal Wehrlein. Giovinazzi is replacing Ferrari-bound Leclerc at Sauber, with the Monegasque stepping up to the Maranello outfit after an eye-catching rookie campaign. Leclerc secured points at 10 Grands Prix to finish the year with a tally of 39, his rise coinciding with Sauber's ascent through the midfield after a difficult few seasons. But Giovinazzi believes trying to mirror his Ferrari colleague's tenure would be the wrong approach. To be honest, I didn't speak much with him about this jump, Giovinazzi said of Leclerc. I want to think about myself and don't repeat maybe the result of what Charles did this year, or to try and improve his result. So my target is just to do the best from my side and see. I will also have a different teammate from Charles, so everything will look different. I hope the car will be faster from race 1, compared to 2018, and we can start to push already from Melbourne. It will be quite tough for the first races, because beside me is a world champion with a lot of years in F1. From my side, I need to do just my job and improve myself race by race, and then we'll see at the end of the year if we did a good job or not. Sauber was one of Formula One's most improved teams through 2018, and Giovinazzi sees no reason why the trend cannot be maintained into next year. I think they showed they were the best team from race 1 to the last race, were fighting for second last position to last position in Melbourne and finished P8 on the Constructors' Championship, said the 25-year-old. They are doing a fantastic job. Charles and Marcus Ericsson did fantastic. I see a lot of high motivation on the team from mechanics and engineers for next year as well. So this is looking good for me for next year, so we will try and improve also the result again. The target for sure is to be best of the rest, but it's a really high target. Next news: Pierre Gasly not afraid of Red Bull and Max Verstappen. Pierre Gasly says he is not afraid of life with a top team, nor of having the feisty Max Verstappen as his teammate. The Frenchman has been promoted from the junior team Toro Rosso to replace departed Red Bull driver Daniel Ricciardo. Walking different paths, Gasly and Verstappen, who are both in their early 20s, already know each other after they were young rivals in elite karting. I remember I was on pole for all 4 heats, but we finished 2 of the 4 together in the grass, Gasly told the Dutch publication Formula One as he recalled one particular race meeting in Italy. Max was already very aggressive back then. We respected each other and drove hard races, but we did not have a close relationship, he revealed. But he said he eventually became friends with Verstappen even though we walked different paths to the top of F1. It means Gasly is a year older than Verstappen, but it is the younger Dutchman with the established reputation and Grands Prix wins under his belt. I have always had pressure, Gasly answered when asked whether he feels that pressure. That's why I'm not afraid of it at Red Bull next year, because I'm used to it. I'm looking forward to the duel with Max, he added. Next news: crazy dreamers like Haas can help F1. Formula One will be benefited if they get a few more crazy dreamers like Haas, says the team's driver Romain Grosjean. The American team joined the series in 2016 and been climbing up the grid ranking every year, finishing 5th in the 2018 team standings, and proving it is possible to survive and thrive in the series even if you are relatively new to the grid. Writing in a column on the Players' Tribune, Grosjean said, "Haas is one of the things that make F1 great. The team is filled with determined goal-setters, out-of-the-box technical thinkers and yes, even crazy dreamers. I'm lucky to be a part of this team. F1 needs more teams like Haas." The Frenchman recalled how difficult it was for the American team in its first year in F1. "Our first Grand Prix in Australia in 2016 was chaotic," Grosjean explained. "We didn't get a lot of laps in pre-season testing, so we had barely any info on the car going into Melbourne. Then it rained on Friday, so no laps. We didn't even know if the radio worked. On Saturday, we finally got out of the garage and someone hit us in the pit lane. We had to change the floor of the car and we missed even more time." Then qualifying was a disaster because F1 had implemented that new, ridiculous elimination-style quali that ended up getting removed a few weeks later. But then Sunday happened. And the race ended, and we were in 6th place. Unbelievable. Beforehand, we thought we might be lucky to finish the race. Our telemetry failed during the Grand Prix. Our radio failed at times. Our car hadn't even driven a full race distance leading up to that weekend. Haas' success in F1 is an example of how a new F1 team can join the series and win despite the big odds stacked against it, he added. "When I look back on my career, I'll think of that day right away. I love that story. I loved that weekend. That's because, often, F1 can seem like a sport where the underdogs have so little chance. And I know as much as anyone that it can be like that. But when results like Australia 2016 happen, and you can see firsthand what a group of determined individuals can do, and it makes you believe in yourself even more. Like I said on the radio in Australia, winning for each team can mean different things. The realities of F1 are clear. There are 2 or 3 teams that have the personnel and the budget to have a realistic chance at winning races consistently. That's just the way it is. It's not good, or bad, it's just like that. It can make life in the middle a little tricky. But I know this, Gene Haas isn't an F1 to finish in the middle. And that's why I'm so excited about our future. I'm excited for this winter, for testing, to see the new car. Because I believe in us. And we know, at Haas, how tough the task is in the next few years if we want to be up there with the big dogs. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to share and subscribe to your channel to get the latest sports news around the world. Wished health and success. Goodbye.